Pleasant afternoon, teach and every one of us, to our Professor Mr. Rodilito Zazan and to our classmates. I am Leia Virginia Mejias, the leader of this research, alongside with my members, Ms. Alaya Blasi Mangcal, Mr. Gabriel Mas Marzado, and Mr. Angelo Macarayan, to present to you our research proposal entitled Face-to-Face and Online, a comparative study of academic performance between the two learning modalities for the first-year college students of University of Mindanao, Davao City. Background of the study. Education is the only irreplaceable treasure. It indoctrinates students with a desire to be the leaders and take stand on their own. However, as a result of COVID-19 pandemic, the new current method of teaching and learning is online. Many students are dealing with the unique circumstances surrounding a new normal or new style of learning, particularly because many students lack access to devices and other technology. Most of the students experience struggles and hardships due to the bunch of activities, assignments, and projects they receive from the teachers, especially when it comes to learning modalities. Currently, most students in the Philippine schools are having difficulty complying with the learning activities and requirements due to limited or no internet access. Despite that the professor is in charge of keeping track of the students' progress, and the professor can be contacted by students via email, phone, and text messages and other means, there are some issues that disrupt this method. The purpose of this study is to compare efficiency of online learning to the traditional learning. We will evaluate the academic performance of specific cohort of University of Mindanao first-year engineering students and compare their online and traditional teaching methods. And now Ms. Alaya will present to you the statement of the problem.
Thank you, Ms. Leia. Now let me introduce to you the statement of the problem. This study aims to compare online training to traditional instruction in terms of efficacy. Specifically, it sought to answer the following questions. 1. How is online learning different from traditional classroom learning? 2. How do first-year college students cope with the challenges of new learning modalities? 3. How effective is new learning for first-year college students? And 4. How helpful has the university been in providing students with resources to learn from home? And for the review of related literature, or RRL, this section shows the related literature and related studies taken from online references. Online learning. Most authors define online learning as access to learning experiences through the use of technology. According to Benson 2002, Carliner 2004, Conrad 2002. Online learning, according to Benson 2002 and Conrad 2002, is a more recent version of remote learning that improves access to educational opportunities for unconventional and disenfranchised learners. Other authors mention not simply online learning's accessibility, but also its connectedness, flexibility, and potential to foster a variety of relationships, according to Ali 2004, Hiltz and Turoff 2005, Oblinger and Oblinger 2005. The most difficult of the two to define is online learning. Some choose to categorize the differences by referring to online learning, according to Oblinger and Oblinger 2005, as wholly online learning, whereas others just use the technical medium or setting as a reference in which it is employed, according to Lowenthal, Wilson, and Parrish 2009. In particular, Hiltz and Turoff 2005 not only allude to online learning's relationship with distant learning and traditional delivery systems, but also make the unequivocal declaration, like Benson 2002, that online learning is a newer or improved version of distance learning. These authors, like many others, believe that there is a link between remote education and success. However, they look confused in their own narratives about learning and online learning. Means, Tsuyama, Murphy, Bakia, and Jones 2009 found that online learning allows students to self-monitor their understandings, reflect, and regulate conversations concerning the concepts they learn. Students' pre-existing cultural dispositions linked with their ethnicity or age can greatly influence their learning actions and attitudes, which may be in a contradiction with standard online learning techniques and environment as more students pursue degrees through online learning. Face-to-face learning. On-campus instructional methodologies have traditionally consisted of information given in a classroom at a set time by a teacher, complemented with assigned readings and assessment tasks, writing assignments, tests, quizzes, and so on, according to Allen and Seaman 2013. There are numerous advantages using a face-to-face format. For example, this teaching method allows for in-person, real-time interaction between teachers and students, which can lead to creative questions and discussions. In their classrooms, students have the option to seek clarification or answers to their queries, according to Paul and Jefferson 2019. Children should return to in-person learning as soon as possible. School closures have had a devastating impact on students' learning health and well-being. The consequences for each child, their family, their community, and their economy will be felt for many years. Many children will never be able to catch up. School closures affect all children, but the most vulnerable children suffer the most. During school closures, some students were able to access remote learning, but many struggled due to a lack of support. At least one-third of the world's school children did not have any access to remote learning, according to Gary He, UNICEF. Comparison means Tsuyama, Murphy and Bakia and Jones, 2009, Van Duyn and Van Duyn 2014. According to them, they believe that online learning has several advantages over traditional face-to-face and blended education, including the flexibility and accessibility to study anywhere, at any time, without requiring one's physical presence at a campus location. Students also agree that online courses demand more personal responsibility, motivation, and time management skills than face-to-face courses, according to Borg and Rux Ahidiana 2013, Public Agenda 2013, and according to Brown and Lidholm 2002, Kuwait's Humphreys, Kane, and Vanquist 2004, Rovai, Ponton, Whiting, and Baker 27, Sue and Hagars 2011, and Sue and Hagars 2013 have found that students who choose online coursework have higher levels of academic ability and motivation than students who choose a fully face-to-face course schedule. According to Mann and Henberry 2014, on the other hand, set out to determine students' preferences for college course qualities as well as how the amount of course attribute information influences enrollment. Students preferred face-to-face classes given late morning and early afternoon and 2 to 3 days per week. According to the findings, students choose online courses over face-to-face courses based on the course content, such as the course topic, online course design technology, and when the face-to-face version was available.
Thank you for that, Alea. And now I'm about to discuss the theoretical framework. So in theoretical framework, we have the cognitive learning theory. So first, in online learning, learners now expect high-quality programs that they can access from anywhere and at any time, thanks to technological advancements. Online education has become a realistic and appealing choice for corporate professionals, stay-at-home parents, and other similar demographics as a result of these demands. Aside from flexibility and accessibility, distance learning has become more appealing due to variety of other benefits such as program choice and time efficiency. Online education also provides a wider range of program options. Students who study in a traditional classroom must either take courses at colleges within driving distance or relocate. Web-based learning, on the other hand, provides students with electronic access to a variety of college and course options. As a result, Students who previously had access to only a few institutions in their immediate vicinity can now access multiple colleges throughout the world from a single convenient place. On a face-to-face learning, traditional classroom learning delivers real-time face-to-face training and encourages students to ask creative questions. It also enables for more flexible content distribution and immediate teacher reaction, because students must confine their queries to blurbs and then give the teacher and fellow classmate time to react. Online instruction slows down the learning process. Online teaching, on the other hand, is likely to develop over time, boosting classroom dynamics and bringing students face-to-face with their classmates and professors. For the time being, however, face-to-face instruction offers dynamic learning characteristics not seen in web-based instruction. When it comes to employment preferences, traditional classroom degrees dominate online education degrees. Many academic and professional organizations do not value online degrees as highly as those earned on campus. Often, potential employers believe that web-based education is a watered-down, easier way to get a degree, citing weak curriculums, unsupervised tests, and soft homework assignment as barriers to learning. So that's all. The significance of the study will be discussed by Leah Mejias. Thank you.
Thank you, Gab. And now the significance of the study. The significance of the study is to determine whether one method of training was generally more effective than the other. Despite the study's limitations, this evaluation was carried out to give us more measures to identify whether students perform better in one environment than other. Scope and the limitation of the study. This study will be conducted at the University of Mindanao, New Matina, Pangi Road, Davao City, Davao del Sur, Philippines. It will involve the research or English teachers, researchers, students. Its main purpose is to determine which of the two modalities is better for the first-year college students at the University of Mindanao, Davao City. We will distribute questionnaires by online survey to first-year college students that will be accessible at any time. And the researchers will monitor the responses and analyze the data for 7 days.
Thank you for that, Nate. So for in definition of terms, online learning refers to an internet-based learning environment. It also can connect students from diverse backgrounds who have different perspectives. A higher education institution will use a learning management system, or what we call LMS, to facilitate online learning, which can take the form of asynchronous learning. Traditional learning refers to learning that interaction that occur in a physical location, such as on a college campus. Traditional education or learning takes place in a classroom setting. A traditional classroom consists of a standard curriculum delivered in person by teachers. Standardized tests are given to students at regular intervals to evaluate or assess their comprehension. So for academic ability, it is the degree of competence in educational activities or school, subjects such as math, science, and English. Exams are designed to prepare students for functioning in society and specific profession. So high academic ability would undoubtedly lead to career success. Electronic access refers to a system capable of making data accessible via an information technology. Facilitates the form of audio, video, or electronic data including but not limited to the internet.
Chapter 2, Methodology. This chapter focuses on the methods on how the research will be conducted. Research design. This is a qualitative study that will use a descriptive approach to gather the essential data. According to Williams in 2007, descriptive research is a type of research that can be used to determine the current state of phenomenon. According to Nasagi in 2015, the purpose of descriptive study is to draw and classify phenomenon. Furthermore, according to Waliman in 2011, descriptive research entails a data collection observation.
Thank you again, Ms. Leah. And for the research subjects, or respondents or participants, this study will use first-year college students respondents at the University of Mindanao, Matina, Davao City. The respondents are those who are officially enrolled in the first term of the school year 2021-2022. And for the research locale, the research will be conducted at the University of Mindanao New Matina, Pangu Road, Davao City, Davao del Sur, Philippines.
Thank you for that, Alea. And now I'm about to discuss the research instrument. The survey form will be the primary tool in this study, allowing us to secure answers to specific questions. The survey form will be designed to collect data on their academic performance between online learning and to face-to-face learning. Open-ended question will be used to allow respondents to provide response and suggestions. The survey that the researcher will create will be created by reading reference materials and related to the effect of different teaching delivery modes, face-to-face and online, on intermediate students' academic achievements. That's all, and for the data gathering procedure will be discussed by Angelo Macarayan. Thank you.
For that, mate, so now let's proceed on data gathering procedure. So the primary data will be collected with the use of pervasive sampling. Pervasive sampling is typically utilized in qualitative investigations. It can be also characterized as a selection of units, so such as persons, groups of individuals, institutions, and etc. Based on specific reasons related to answering a research study question, purposive sampling, according to Maxwell in 1997, is a sort of sampling in which certain places, people, or events are deliberated selected for the essentials. Information they can supply that cannot be obtained as well from other options.
That's all. Thank you so much for your attentive listening.